So the Crucible event is a one-day, frankly, a life cycle of a selection course. We've got 3 Green Berets out here, we've got 2 Navy SEALs out here, and we are mimicking as much as possible a Special Operations Day.
Let's just leave this guy without a pin, huh? Nobody's got a pin! Down! 1! Down!
It's team organic. You live and breathe by the team.
You don't want to be ready, you don't want to be prepared, you don't want to help your teammates. 7! Down! 8!
That's the blueprint that you have to inject into your mindset in order to go to something like this and come out successful. That's the only way to do it.
You're gonna get sucked in today to the fight. Let's go!
That's why we started Operators Association, to remove this stigma that you're not good enough. Because frankly, I'm selfish, and I want all the best and the brightest in our world, in our country, inside of Special Operations, because there's evil men out there. And I know for a fact that they're coming for us.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are here at the private property where the Crucible event is being hosted. If you haven't heard of the Crucible, basically it's kind of like a mock selection process for young guys who are considering going into special operations, just to test if they really have what it takes. It's hosted by Zach Hughes and the Operators Association. And I'm waiting here for Zach Hughes once he arrives at the gate. I haven't actually met him in person, but I've talked to him on the phone. Seems like a great guy. And I'm really looking forward to the event. Part of me, in a way, kind of wishes that I could go through the Crucible as a recruit or cadet or whatever they call them, just because I haven't done something like that in a while. But then the other part of me is glad I'm not.
The business started as a community. It didn't start as events. Mentoring, one-on-one, live stream Q&As. You know, if you want to go be a Navy SEAL and you're a member of Operators Association, you can literally sit in on a live stream. We do one every week. And if you have questions, a Green Beret, a Navy SEAL, a MARSOC Raider will answer them directly right then.
Yeah.
And so that's incredible. And then we've got podcasts throughout the week that we do. You know, we do an accountability call every Monday morning for the guys that are just to make sure that they're action oriented with their goals, things like that. And then it all comes together when they get out here, because realistically, nothing great ever happened in a place of comfort.
It's not riding a bicycle, get it up! Let's go! Two! Let's go, get out of here, let's go! Hurry up!
Pick it up, come on!
Hurry up! Not moving with a sense of purpose, they're fucking feeling sorry for themselves. Let's go. We didn't figure that out last night. We'll pay for it. Welcome to the Crucible. Let's go! Hey, move with a purpose. One hand. Hey, where's your pin, stud? Where is the fucking pin?
In my bag, sir.
Why is it not anywhere close to being useful?
Is that
No
doing you
excuse,
any
sir.
good right there?
No, sir. No
Are
excuse.
you doing anybody
Hey,
any
let's
favors?
just leave this guy without a pin, huh? Nobody's got a pin.
I got you.
Not one person. We'll just leave our buddy here to get crushed.
Hey, why are you by yourself?
Class leader, he's the only one that helps, huh?
All right, so right now Zach's got all these guys lined up. This is the first event of the day. Basically, it's just going to be a PT test to assess what their physical capabilities are, find out if they actually prepared for the event, see if they're ready to handle the rest of the day. It's going to be a good one.
Set, go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I hear a lot of groaning. Motherfuckers are hurting me right now. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're done. Standing at attention because you're done, right? 10 people done, 25 people busting their ass. We didn't figure that out last night. We'll pay for it. 4, down, 5, down, 6, down, 7, down, 8, 14, 15, 16. Let's go, boy, you got this. You got some more.
It's team organic. You live and breathe by the team.
You don't know how long it's supposed to take. You don't know how long you're supposed to finish it, but you have a time and you've got to finish it in time. You need to brief them in on the route. You need to initiate a plan, and you need to take charge from there. Questions?
No questions.
All right, execute. Let's go. We're on you. Yeah, so land navigation is one of the most important things that you can have in special operations because A, equipment will always fail, and you're going to be somewhere, and power is going to leave, GPS is going to die, and it's going to be heavyweight and literally a map. And for me, that's one of the things that a lot of guys fail in special operations, so we have to interject that stress level, that team camaraderie level of people actually grinding and trying to figure out where they're going.
All right, check it out, guys. Here's what I want you to do real quick. Drop your rucks right now.
Let them off to the side.
Off the road. Hurry up, drop them. Let's go. Drop your rucks, drop your rucks, drop your rucks. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. I'm gonna give you an important lesson right now that you need to keep for the rest of your life, period, in special operations. Are you ready?
Roger.
You have to take breaks. How does this feel right now?
Terrible.
Have you taken off your rucks yet?
Nope.
No. Your breaks need to include taking off your rucks.
And frankly, it's an evolution. It's an evolution for these guys to be able to just think a little bit deeper and struggle a little bit more.
Loop here, down, and then it's pink and blue. Straight down, and then straight across to the finish line.
Cool. Sure. Who remembers that? We do. Brief it back.
You know, we've got this class leader here. He's struggling. He's having some issues.
Let's go. Let's get us out of here. Let's go. Hurry up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go. Get out of here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Who's in charge here?
Yo, that's gonna fall off.
Where's the leader? Who's leading?
And, you know, it's just so funny because I think about it, I see it, and I'm like, dude, I remember the biggest lesson that I ever got in the Special Forces course was at this phase called Squad and Unit Tactics, SUT. And I was in charge of our entire platoon. So, you know, brand new guy to the Army. There's a lot of studs that go to Special Forces selection that have been in the Army like 10, 12 years, done incredible stuff for our country. Snipers, Rangers, all kinds of dudes show up. SEALs show up, former recon guys. And they put me in charge during SUT. And so I looked around and I was like, crap. And it took me forever to gather my plans because I was so nervous about it. And I just saw that from this guy right here. Everything was crazy. He's trying to put his plan together and it's taken too long, and I had to interject and my cadre team had to interject. And that is exactly what happened to me in SUT. I had this big plan. I was in charge of the whole platoon, in charge of captains and E6s and Rangers. And I took forever to take this plan because I was so stressed out about it. We walked about 15 feet down the road and there was an ambush and we had to do all this fighting and I got everybody killed. But that was the point of the exercise. It was like a short movement. And I took so much time thinking about the plan because I had no idea what we were doing and I was so worried about it. But the problem was we were always going to get ambushed. We were always going to be fighting. And so you never know what the next evolution is. And that's exactly what I just saw from him. And that was one of the biggest lessons that I have. So he just learned that right now in real time, which makes me so happy.
That means there's even success in failure. Right. You know, just because you fail out of this doesn't mean that you could never be a member of special operations. But at the same time, if you quit because you just don't have the intestinal fortitude, it's also good because you don't end up enlisting and going after something that you know you can't accomplish if this was kind of a lesson that you learned the right way.
This is a good litmus test.
Yeah.
Come out here, see if you like it, see if you understand, if you click with camaraderie, if you don't like getting yelled at, if you don't like actual pain, if you don't like coming out, doing epic things and growing as a human, it's in it for you. You're gonna hate this and you're gonna walk away and you're never gonna come back.
And if this is not for you, then special operations is not
gonna work. You're not gonna work. Come out here, figure it out. Most of the guys, when they walk away from this day, on a scale of 1 to 10, motivation's 12.
Finished their movement, which took hours for them to do. Now they can straight down. They think this is kind of a form of punishment, kind of a psychological game with them, but in reality it's just trying to cool them down because the temperatures are increasing. It feels like it's getting closer to 100 degrees out here. It's a way of keeping the core body temperature down so they can keep going.
Putting out to a degree you've never put out before, when you're more tired than you've ever been before, when you're more hungry than you've ever been before, your brain's gonna freak the fuck out, man, right? Like it's gonna be like, holy shit, slow down. Like, you know, you're a prey animal inherently still, so they're like, you can't put all the way out. Like, what if a lion comes and sees us, right? So your brain can be your best friend, but it can also be your fucking worst enemy. When things really start sucking, if you let your thoughts turn inward for too much, if you let your brain do whatever the fuck it wants to do, it's going to start inventing stories. It's going to associate how you're feeling right now with other times that you felt that way, because it's very uncomfortable. Guess what? You've never fucking felt that way. Okay? Zach's going to brief you up on the walk, but essentially there's things along the path that aren't there naturally. You're going to have to remember them in order in as much detail as you possibly can.
Water goes, water goes. Take the jug with you. There are SOCEP cards out there as a team. I want you to look at the cards, figure it out, get as much detailed information as you can about each one, what order they're in, everything. Commit it to memory. When you get here, it's going to be another set of stimulus for you. And you're immediately going to pull out your notebook and write it down. Understood?
Yes, sir!
You can write. All right, let's get it ready.
Yours was second.
Rose second.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Buffalo.
Buffalo.
And then yours again.
Camel.
Camel.
Yeah.
And then mine was last one, right? Pink. Pig.
Yeah.
We bring you out here. We bring guys like that. Guys like Will. Guys like Clay. Guys like Sam. Guys that on my team give a shit about you. You're not out here unless you give a shit about the guys right here, because this is full circle, baby. This is America. At some point, I'm leaning on you to protect my freedom, period. I'm done.
3, 2, 1.
Handicapped is not firing is on all cylinders like it was earlier. So
I'm tired.
yeah, we're all like,
so-
come to the Crucible.
All right, are we on? Are we on, Sabrina?
Perfect.
Good, that's good. That's
Yeah.
good.
That's the bloopers.
All right, so Zach, there's one thing I can tell throughout this day, which is from the beginning, you're kind of hard as nails on these guys, but there's an evolution process, and you can see by the way you treat them that you're transitioning from being the instructor, the cadre, to more of a mentor.
Yeah.
So what's the purpose behind that?
Yeah, so the reality is, I mean, anybody can take anybody out to the woods and beat them to death. Like, we can come out here and just run them to the ground, do push-ups, do sit-ups forever. That's not getting anything done. Like, that's some surface level torture that is not making anybody a better candidate. That's not letting anybody take all the mental capacities that they have and really focus and think about how to purposely and deliberately be the best candidate possible. That's not by coming out here and just sweating all day. And so at some point throughout the day, by design, we start incredibly strict, incredibly tight. And then throughout the day, we kind of ease into more fellowship. And by now, let's see, it's 4 p.m. now, we've got 3 hours of dedicated fellowship. And when I say that, I mean Q&As with the Green Berets, Q&As with our Navy SEALs, dedicated conversations that are like the only place in the world where you can say, hey, what happens on day 7 of selection? Well, I know because I've been there. What happens on month 2 of a deployment? What happens this, and this? And for me, things kind of clicked for me when I was in the Special Forces course and I had a mentor. We had a dedicated mentor that reached out to me and was like, I'd like to be your mentor. And he was a Green Beret.
And I went from being like a surface level Green Beret to being the class valedictorian because of that.
Yeah.
Literally, that's exactly what happened. And that's exactly what I want for all of these guys. Realistically, you can kind of go through stuff and you can be an average Green Beret, you can be an average everything, but there's a small population of people, and I hope it's the population that show up here, that are going to awesomely do everything that they possibly can to be at the top. I want that for all of our guys. I want the best people to come here. We're going to rigorously try to beat them down, and then we're going to build them up, because that's what this is about. There's lessons in failure, period. That happens. But you've got to be smart with how you do it, and you've got to be lesson oriented, and we got to build these guys back up on the back end. And so for me, that's the life cycle of special operations selection in one day.
Yep.
We start at 5 a.m., rough and tough, PT test, graded evaluations, land navigation and teams, pick your own, choose your own adventure type stuff. If you get lost, it's on you. Who's the leader? You're fired. And then it kind of goes into, what's the higher purpose here? Why are we actually doing this? Are you doing this because you think it'd be cool to have a trident? Are you doing this because it would be cool to tell people you're a Green Beret? Are you in it for the right reasons? And if you're in it for the right reasons, I'm going to tell you exactly, specifically how to make that happen so that you can do well.
Yeah, and you said it best when there's really nowhere else in the world that I know of that you can actually get that interaction with somebody from, whether it be Special Forces, Navy SEALs, MARSOC, and it looks like they're kind of all represented here. So it doesn't matter if you want to be a Ranger, Green Beret, Navy SEAL. There's a little bit for everybody here at this event, and that's why it's so great. Tell me about how people can get in contact with you, how they can become a part of this event, because there's some people out there who would love to be a part of it. They don't even know where to look.
Yeah, I'd say the first place is going to be our website, operatorsassociation.com. That's going to be the first spot. You've got all our stuff there. We've also got an Instagram presence. You can find me on Instagram as well, Zach Hughes, Operators Association on Instagram. That's the surface level. That's where you're going to buy the tickets. That's where you're going to see what goes on. That's how you're going to get into the community. After that, there's a ton of stuff we're going to throw at you. We've got accountability calls every week. We've got live streams. We've got podcasts. We've got group meetups like this. We've got a dove hunt coming up this summer. We're doing stuff inside the community. And so as you go through the funnels, you kind of get more access.
Yeah. So it's not just one event. This isn't a 1 or 2 time a year thing. This is an entire community come together. You said you have over 1,000 people.
Correct.
And it's just like you said, a community doing daily things, whether it's talking to each other, telling each other about what their last event was, what the upcoming event is, and just organizing so that they come out here the best they can possibly be.
Every single event that we've had, I come out here and these candidates are more prepared.
Yeah.
And more prepared and more prepared.
You can see
last night when they were spending the night here on their own time, and we walked by and they were rehearsing, they were practicing, they were having conversations, they were in formation. A lot of these people are civilians. They don't know what the word formation means yet. They haven't learned that yet. But here they have. They are ready. They're more equipped than any person going into an 18 X-ray or a Navy SEAL contract off the street, period. Every single person here, without a doubt.
I would say that's a direct result from the Operators Association and the community that you've developed there so they communicate with one another.
Yeah, communication's key, teamwork is key. We drive that in.
So sign up to the Operators Association. Follow this guy on Instagram. Most of you probably already are, but if you're not, it's Zach Hughes 1.
Zach Hughes 1. Yes, somebody stole the original Zach Hughes. We can't find him yet.
Bastards.
No.
Well,
Yeah.
Zach, thank you again for allowing us out here, man.
You guys rock, man. I'm so proud. Thank you guys for coming out. This is cool. I'm glad we finally made it happen.
Oh, absolutely. Hopefully more times in the future we'll meet up. Guys, like I said, follow this guy. Thank you for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. More content coming soon. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well as the like button. We'll see you on the next one. Bow.
Nailed it. Good job, guys. Come to the Crucible.